So, hi. I don't have a category for this yet, so I'm gonna do. We'll do this. So, hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. Um, it says we're live, but hello. This is going to be kind of like a pseudo podcast thing. It's gonna be just chatting and then a bit of Stardew Valley. So I'm actually going to record this part. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Unknown Gaming Podcast, a podcast where we talk about anything and everything, and related to gaming and or tech, or honestly, sometimes just a random topic that I feel like talking about for a random week or a given week. For example, we've literally talked about Global Game Jam. We've talked about favorite games. We've talked about weather. We've done everything on this podcast, it seems. This week we are going to talk about, last week we talked about WWE 2K18 and NASCAR Heat 522 next gen, or I call it the 22 update because that's what it was. It was basically the 22 roster update with the cars. So, hello. This week we're going to talk about God knows what. I actually wanted to talk a little bit about Stardew Valley because I haven't talked about the game on stream. I have played it a lot. Check out the Twitch channel where this is being recorded live for me to go play Stardew Valley. And I'm currently going through the community center route, which basically means you finish up the community center, you rebuild the community center, and you unlock another building, the missing bundle, and yada yada yada. So it's one of them that the game I can sink hundreds of hours into, and I have. I think on Steam alone it says I put in probably approximately 500 hours per Steam. It's a lot of fun. The game is very reminiscent of Harvest Moon. I think I have actually talked about it a little bit in the Zelda bonus episode when we finally got off topic. That's actually a really fun episode. I do recommend you guys go check that out. But it's a really fun game. It's very reminiscent of Harvest Moon. It is very much a farming sim type of game, which I enjoy. I played a lot of Harvest Moon growing up, so when I found this game many years ago, I grew very fond of it. I had a soft spot for games like that, and it showed when I could play this game for several hours on end. And sometimes it was to the betterment, and sometimes it was to the detriment. I remember sinking a lot of hours into Stardew Valley this past winter when I would be, at home having a day off of work, or, just bored. Because I have Stardew Valley, I think, on everything but mobile devices because I don't play mobile games, but that's beside the point. The game is actually very interesting in how it does its story. It's not it's not like you have to do it this way. You can do it at your own pace. It's very much a leisure game. You do it at your leisure. It's a lot of fun though because there's a lot of and you don't have to do it in a specific order. That's what I wanted to say was there's a lot of different ways you can start, but you do have to start with if you're going to do the community center, you can start with the what is it? I think it's the spring foraging bundle is what you have to start with to unlock the other bundles. But besides that, that's very much on its own. And I'm actually going to start I wanted to play through Stardew Valley and try and complete the game 100% through the community center, and then do another route where I do Joja. That is a route I have never done. And actually, I'm going to look at the achievements here really quick for Stardew Valley. So, do give me a minute to pull up like. Oh, I wanted achievements. I wanted achievements. That's what I wanted. Oh, I broke it. So yeah, I was a little off, but I would guess to say on PC and Switch I've easily put in about 500, if not more. And I'm going to see if I can find the achievements in my library page. Aha! I have unlocked 14 of, or 18 of 40 achievements, I'm sorry. I misread that. So what I have left to do is monoculture, millionaire, clicks, networking, popular, cook, master of the 5 ways, which I think is actually, I feel like it had a different name. I think it might have at one point been called the Jack of all trades, which is a reference to the saying, I'm a jack of all trades and master of none. The beloved farmer, a big help, sous chef, a complete collection. Yeah. Some of these are like behind the Joja path that you can take, and that is something I want to do. And I'm gonna stop like recording so for people that are watching this live, because I'm recording this live, I'm going to basically record the podcast version where I talk, and then we're gonna jump into the community center save. I have not started the Joja save yet. That's gonna be interesting because for people that don't know, I grew up in a small town. Like it is a really small border town. And by border, I mean it bordered another state. And I say it's a small town because if we had to put it in perspective, in the United States, a big town for me has a Walmart or a McDonald's or both. The nearest Walmart was about 45 minutes away. 45 minutes to an hour, depending on conditions, the roads, and, all that. And, yeah, no, there was, in the town that I lived, there wasn't a lot. So I kind of actually enjoyed that game, because it actually made me feel, I know I say actually a lot, but it made me feel like I was back at home, back, when I lived in the middle of nowhere. And that's another town, but that's another story for another day. I don't tell very personal things, like I don't give very many details on where I lived growing up, but I do know, like, it's one of them that I lived in the same general region my entire life. I actually lived within an hour to 2 hours of both the towns that I just referenced. And I actually went back there as recently as June because I had stuff to take care of, for people that didn't know, and I think I had mentioned this in the podcast episode that was posted earlier today as a recording. I had to take a bit of a hiatus to go take care of some family issues and then go take care of some other stuff because I had to finish, stuff in the old apartment that I used to live in. So I had to go get that stuff done, and yeah, that's now done, and that is now taken care of, officially. So I am hoping that I can stream more soon, and I can play more games. Stardew Valley is one of them that actually runs natively on Linux, and that was really cool because I didn't want to have to like try and mess with Proton. So if you do have a Linux machine, you can play Stardew Valley, and that is actually really really nice. Because I've easily sank hundreds of hours into the game, and that's not including the hours I've spent playing the game with Raven, which I hope she's having a good day. I haven't like I haven't played the game recently with her, but that was something that I've enjoyed. Is like playing co-op. I feel like co-op makes Stardew Valley a heck of a lot easier. Um, I will always say that is the more players you have on Stardew Valley, the easier the game will be because you have somebody that can take care of the farming, someone can take care of fishing, take care of the bundles, whatever. Um, and that is something that I've got to play with Raven with Stardew Valley, and she has not played it a lot. Um, so I've been kind of teaching her some things and kind of being like, hey, if you come across this, we're gonna need this for this thing, and it's been interesting, and it's been a lot of fun, and I hope to play Stardew Valley again with her someday. Um, uh, let's see. Also, uh, man, Stardew Valley's achievements are like simple to get. It's just time consuming for some of them. So for people that want to know, like the help wanted stuff, that's gonna take some time to get. The different cooking recipes, the crafting recipes, which I had a feeling you would have to craft every single item, which that's gonna be interesting to get. Man, oh man, I should really go get. I'm gonna be right back, and I'm gonna get something to drink. So I will be right back. Hold on 1 second. BRB. Oh, I didn't put any text on that. Oh, I'm gonna have to fix that. Hold on 1 second. I apparently. Ooh, ow. I will explain what happened when I come back. So text. I'm just gonna go txt. Oh crap, my mic was unmuted. I. No, my mic was muted the whole time and I didn't even realize it. So on the VOD, you will hear me start talking. Boy, am I smart. Boy, oh boy, am I smart. So anyway, I got myself some Hawaiian Punch, and I had forgotten to set up my BRB screen before the stream started because I thought I had the game, but apparently I'm not. Um, so I ended up typing, and I burnt my hands earlier today. I burnt my hand, which is the hand I have in front of the camera. I burnt my two fingers. Did I not unmute my mic? What? I hope I unmute. I hope. I don't know. I could have sworn my mic was unmuted. Good lord, this is gonna be fun. Um, but I ended up burning my hand making tater tots as I was pulling them out of the microwave, or not the microwave, the oven. I am really sorry, guys. I was going to pull the tater tots out of the oven, and I had the basically it's like a pot holder. I didn't have an oven mitt on, and my hand slid down a little too far because I thought the pot holder was a little bigger than it was a little smaller than I thought is the right thing that I wanted to say. Man, am I sucking at words today. Um, and I burnt two of my fingers. This finger right here that my thumb is touching is burnt probably the worst of the two. But you just heard, ow! Okay, let's grab it and put it on there. And so, yeah, that was the fun part of my day. Today. That was probably the worst, the dumbest thing I could have done was underestimate the size of like a pot holder, especially when you're grabbing at an angle or you're grabbing a certain part. Uh, Man, I'm really tired. I don't know why, but whenever I do these things, I go from having like a ton of energy to having no energy. But back to the story. So I was grabbing the side of the pan, but I'm also not standing directly in front because I have a tendency to fall. I have a tendency to be physically unstable, and so I'm leaning against the counter trying to grab uh, the pan, pull it out, and set it up. While my hand, because I thought that my hand was kind of like this over the thing, and I thought the pot holder was a little bigger than it actually was, and my hand was down like far enough. I slid it down far enough to the point I actually felt my hand, like I felt something. I felt the sensation that didn't feel right, and I burnt my hand. Essentially, burnt my fingers, not my hand, burnt my fingers, and that actually put a delay on the stream by about an hour because that happened at about 5 o'clock. Actually, about 2 hours because it's now about 7 at the time of recording this. But, ladies and gentlemen, you know, don't. Note to self: don't ever let me cook in the kitchen. Bob will probably make a note of that if he hears this episode, or when he gets back from a music festival. He and his brother went to a music festival a couple days ago, and I hope they're having a fun time. Sounds like there's some pretty good bands there too. There's Powerman 5000. I don't know when they're playing. I'm not there, so I don't know the lineups. I do know that they've got an Iron Maiden cover band, which sounds interesting. And they've got Saliva and Theory of a Dead Man. Are all the big bands that are going to be there that I know. There's plenty. They've got music and stuff going on all the time there, and I'm super excited to like I was super excited for them because they get to go, see basically a bunch of live concerts. I'm not a big concert person myself. I would rather listen to a live album, but I know that the experience isn't the same as going to a concert. But it is what it is. I hope they're having fun. I hope they're having a great time, and I hope the weather's nice for them. Yesterday was a bit iffy. Because we did get some rain up here pretty early, so I don't know what time or if it had rained for them at all. But I do know that the rest of this week is going to be pretty nice. It's going to warm up again next week. Talking about weather, it's supposed to be near 100 next week in this area, which, oh boy, I haven't seen highs that high, and I've seen 90s, but I haven't seen near triple digits in quite some time. So this should be interesting to see how that week goes, or next week goes. So with that being said, let's get back to Stardew Valley. Some things that it pulls from Harvest Moon and does a little better, in my opinion, is the Bachelors and Bachelorettes. I believe in more Friends of Mineral-Town. Now, bear in mind, this is one of the only Harvest Moon games I have played outside of the newer games, which are almost nothing like Harvest Moon. If you want a Harvest Moon spiritual successor in terms of a series, Story of Seasons, which I have not played yet. But let me go back to that. In More Friends of Mineral Town, I think you had a select amount of, you had people you could, woo, and I think you had to do it within a certain time before the rival wooed them regardless. I don't know if that's right. I never got to that point. If somebody wants to correct me on that, please do. I don't know all of the bachelors or bachelorettes. I think in More Friends of Mineral Towns, it's bachelors. In Harvest Moon, Friends of Mineral Town, I think it's bachelorettes. I don't know how that works in terms of the mechanics, because I never really cared. I just wanted to play the game. It was something to pass the time. But I do think that Stardew Valley does the Bachelors, Bachelorette system very well. You're not really competing with anybody. You don't have any rivals for affection. but you do have a friend system. There are friend achievements. Have so many friends. I think it's like 5. I read them off earlier, but I don't know if I read those friend ones aloud. I will pull it up here and let's see. We have got clicks, which is 5 heart events or 5 heart level with 4 people, 5 heart level with 10 people, 5 heart friend level with 20 people. So, and then we have 2 hidden achievements that I don't know how to get. So, that should be fun to try and get. But yeah, this is kind of a bonus episode, I guess, since this is being recorded in the same day as the previous episode, which would be the NASCAR Heat 5 and WWE 2K18 Switch episode, which was actually my second attempt at the NASCAR Heat 5 2022 update episode. So, yeah, like, you know, it's odd to do these episodes basically in succession because I have to remember what I've talked about. And, you know, what if I had said what a future topic was going to be. But I think the biggest thing for me was trying to, you know, find a topic, and I haven't talked about Stardew Valley that I know of in depth. But going back to that whole friends thing, I like that, you know, you actually meet people and helping them out actually nets you rewards, whether it's recipes, crafting recipes, building materials, what have you. And I think that's something that has been done really, really well by Stardew Valley. Now, do I have qualms? Yes. I think my qualms are, you know, basically with the missing bundle. For those that don't know what it is, please skip past this part because there are spoilers. There's a missing bundle. Okay, the caviar, the void salmon, and the silver star wine are not that hard to get. However, the dinosaur egg is another story. The dinosaur egg is very hard to get because you have to go into the skull cavern, and by the time you complete the community center, you should have that bundle or that key for the skull cavern. The reason I say the skull cavern, you know, getting the dinosaur egg is kind of hard, is because with the dungeons or the mines in those games, they're very random. They're never the same. They use a seed random number. They use a seed. They're different every time. There's not endless possibilities, but there are a lot of possibilities. If I remember I would say they use an SRAND to generate the dungeons, but I don't know. I don't have Stardew Valley code. That's just a guess. This is coming from a former programmer. You have randoms and you have seeded randoms, or SRAND. You can kind of pick the values you want it to go between. You don't want it to be like an infinitely large amount of numbers because, holy crap, that would get to be a lot because you would have. There are 120 floors in the mines in Stardew Valley, and oh boy, does that get to be a pain. Um, Considering that it changes every time you go in, I don't know how that works. It's not an array because they'd have to clear the memory every time you exit the mine or every time you start a new game or load into a save. But people say, well, that doesn't mean he's using a random, or they're using a random or a seeded random number. It could be a random number. I'm kind of curious how he does that, because to have those mine layouts change, and yeah, they're probably like the same variation of the floors. Like there's palette swaps, and he's probably got a finite number of floor designs, but he's also got the rock placements, the geode placements, which the probabilities are all like, they're not random. There's a set number of placements. For people that go, how do you know this? You can look at the Stardew Valley wiki. You don't have to be a programmer to know that there is a probability that you will get a certain item in a certain floor, or between certain floor numbers. But people that say, why do you think he's using a random and an S random? There's no like easy way to randomize the rock placements and the floors every time the player enters the mines. That would be the one way you could do it, is using a seeded number or an S rand or a rand number. I don't remember the differences, but I've had to use them for an assignment back in the day. And I have used them in my own work for fun, because I do like to pick up and try and refresh my memory. I really should just continue practicing my programming skills and then make something, because that would make me really happy. I actually do enjoy programming a lot. But yeah, that's one of the things I've enjoyed about Stardew Valley, is I can sit there and go, oh, I can see why he did this. It was more of, making the mines a unique experience every time you visit them, or almost every time you visit them. And, there's probability, and it's really awesome to see how the game works. It's also a lot of fun. It's actually cheap, I think, to get Stardew Valley. It's like, well, I shouldn't say $20. Well, $20 is actually not a very bad price. So if we go to, I'm curious, how much is it selling for on on Steam right now? It is selling for $15. $15 on Steam. That's not bad. I actually enjoyed Stardew Valley, and I do recommend people get it. I've played at least 462 hours of it. It's definitely worth the playtime. So, if you guys also want to get the soundtrack, it is available on Steam also for $4.99. So that is actually really cool. For $20 you get the game and the DLC, which is not a bad price. It's actually cheap. It's over half the price of a game in the modern day, roughly. So that's awesome. But I do, again, I do recommend picking it up. I do recommend giving it a try. It's not for everyone, but it's a really cool relaxation game. I played it a lot, you know, when I was stuck inside during a snowstorm or when I'm bored and I just want something to do that is mindless. You know, Bob likens it to Skyrim for him. He can go play it and he can get lost in it for hours. So can I. I don't have to play the game for, 3 months, and I'll still know, like, how everything works. I'm just going to need a refresher on what my farm layout is, what season are we in, how far are we into said season, and, you know, what animals do we have, which will be, in the farm layout, basically. Especially for the way this is laid out. But my PC and Switch saves are really different in terms of layout. Because I think my Switch save has a shed and the horse stable right next to each other. Instead of... And it's in that secondary forest where, you hear about... I don't know how... I'm screwing up my words again. Give me... Where you, have your... you have that pond. Or you... How do I want to word this? So, there's the green... Screw it, I'll just show you. Because I need to open the game anyway. Alright, here we go. I'll just show you. While we launch it, I'm going to kind of explain what I mean. So, I'm grabbing controller. Give me 1 second. I gotta swap to the proper thing. And then switch the category quick. Oh, this is not gonna be fun. Ooh, ow. It burns my hands. Oof. Anyway. Okay, we are in the game. Perfect. So, let's show them what I'm talking about. So, day 8 of spring, year 4. We put just over 60 hours in. Almost 70 hours, so. When it loads, I will... You get this. Now that winter's over. I didn't read that. I'm gonna do some inventory clearing. I gotta turn down my headset here so I can still hear. I'm gonna do some inventory clearing here, which isn't that hard. Okay. So let me show you what I mean. Found this somewhere, figured you could use it. Okay. So, down here, I have the shed, the horse stable, and a slime ranch right around here. Where's my scythe? Where is it? Oh, I probably put it away. That's right, because I basically went and said, we're going to get this cleared out so then I can have space. As you can see. I don't think we have a geode crusher on hand, so we'll go plant these really quick. And then the one thing that we should do before I end this episode really quick, or before I end the episode, is go into like what are some things that somebody should be made aware of when playing this game. Play at your own pace. Just play at your own pace. That would make the game a lot more fun. Play it at whatever pace you deem appropriate when it comes to playing a game like this. It's not a very hardcore game, so you don't have to play it every day. It's very much, I think, a very relaxed type of game. So, really what I think a new player should do is take the time to enjoy the game, do whatever route you want, and don't be afraid to, don't be afraid to, have multiple saves if you want to get all the achievements if you're playing on Steam or PlayStation. Then, do it that way. But if you're playing on Switch, enjoy the game, literally. That's all I've got to say is enjoy the game. The game is, I believe it would be meant to be a casual gaming experience. I've put 60 hours in, and we still have this. We have to get one of these two. So, yeah, I put like 60 hours into the game on Steam alone, and there are times I put in over 100 just to beat the main game, because I like to enjoy the main game for what it is. You know what I mean? You don't have to technically complete the game either. That's just something I set out to do because I had never done that. So, I had never completed the game. So, I think that'll be it for this episode. So, we will see you guys later, as always. We'll see you guys next week for another episode of the Unknown Gaming Podcast. I almost did my Twitch outro because this is also being recorded live on Twitch, and we'll just continue playing the game live on Twitch. You guys can check out the VOD when the VOD goes out to YouTube. Bye, guys! Yeah, no, I honestly think the game is meant to be enjoyed at a casual pace. I thought the same thing about Harvest Moon. Okay, where is it? I just saw it. I think it's down here. Actually, let's go. Oh, it's a .mkv. Oh no, it might not like that. So for people that are wondering, like, Anchor might not like that fact that it's a .mkv file, but I can always get Caden Live to edit the videos. Oh, I need fruits too. I forgot about that. Because preserve jars. Okay. Yeah. I forgot that before the end of the last stream, I ended up uh, basically getting rid of all of my tools or putting them into a chest and not really using them, so which reminds me, I also need to go get today's um, oh, perfect. I need to get my hands on my axe again, and man, I hope that this just doesn't overflow my inventory here. Oh, it will. Oh, it will. So now I have a lot of things I can't do anything with right now. Oh, joy of joys. So, right now, I think we're going to get rid of all of our... You know what? We'll just do that. I think we're going to alternate what we do. I mean, we'll be selling a lot of milk then. But it's also just going to sit there and I'm not going to go through it all, essentially. Alright, let's get a takedown of these as well. Okay. Okay. But no, it's one of those. I'm sitting there going, yeah, no, this game could be completed at a leisurely pace. That's what I actually tell new players is, if you see people trying to tell you how to do this and trying to backseat you, I feel bad because, like, I usually play how I want, even with Raven. And I just tell her, hey, I think we're going to need this. We're going to need this for something. I feel bad just because I'm like, oh. But she's also like, tell me what you need me to do. And I love playing this game with her. And, oh no, I don't want to sell that just yet. That's going to be the end of this month. We're going to have a lot of money made up, basically. Because I know we didn't sell the caviar. We didn't sell all the mayonnaise either. Like we should have. We didn't sell any of the truffle oil, so... There should be grass starter around here. There we go. I feel terrible sometimes because it's like I feel like a hypocrite when I say, you know, new players should enjoy the game at their own pace, and then I tell Raven, like, hey, you should do this, but I'm also not yelling at her. But if there is somebody who wants, like, help on how to do things, it'll be, okay, here's what I think you should do. oh, inventory's full. I feel bad for being that way. But enjoy the game at your own pace is about the only thing I can tell new players is, yeah, just enjoy the game at your own pace. Because that's what I did with Harvest Moon. I feel like I have told Raven a couple times, yeah, I think you should also play the game on your own too, just to get used to it. And I think she has with like our old co-op. Like we've got a co-op save or a co-op farm, which she also, you know, because it would be a farm that's saved locally on the machine. She could play it really at any point. So, she probably plays on her backup of the co-op farm that we have, which is nice actually. I'm glad that, you know, I could introduce her to the game. But I also feel bad for being like, oh yeah, you shouldn't let people tell you how to play the game. Because there are people that will tell you, you know, how to do things. And I tell them, just do it your own way. I'm waiting for all of these to finish, so then that way we can fill them all up with stuff. I'm going with the cheese for down here instead of the wine because we've got more cheese than I know what to do with at this point. So yeah, right now it's basically just trying to catch up on everything. Might take us a couple of days, but we'll get that taken care of. Oh yeah, I have a bunch of fish I can sell too. I don't know why I haven't done that. Okay, where was it? Oh, right here. I know there was one more out there. So, like I said, we're saving up everything that we have for truffle oil because I'm pretty sure we could make a lot off it. I think there is one. Right here. Yeah, there we go. So we'll have 2 more truffle oil. And we have... Yeah, it's going to take us a while to get through some of this. Because, I mean, we have 8 brown eggs. 3 gold star white eggs. And then 8 duck eggs. One way to quickly get through this. It's just like that. Also, I wish I knew exactly what I have cooked so far. Sunfish, bream, and wheat flour. Hash browns, we need a potato and oil. I mean, I really could. Wait. Fried eel, largemouth bass, lucky lunch. Fried mushroom pizza, glazed yam. Okay. I suppose. There. Oh yeah, I wanted to get fruits too. I think that'll be enough. I wonder, going back to that whole Anchor thing, I wonder if Anchor would accept it out MKB. If not, fine. Nope. I think we're just too short. Too shy of making it. Oh wait. What do I have for melons here? What did I need that required melons? Red. Wheat, flour, and sugar. I'll have to get that tomorrow. Okay. And then I will make a pink cake, I guess. I'm assuming that's what it's called. Yeah, just a pink cake. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going... And everybody's gonna be like, oh, you know, you're actually staying up late to do your chores and stuff. It's like, no, I'm doing this so we can get caught up. Because I don't know if that's it. But I do know that tomorrow I'm grabbing my axe and I'm going to start. I might sell that one chicken statue we got. Here we go. That's taken care of. And then I guess we'll round out the duck eggs tonight then too, while we're at it. Because that's the perfect amount. Alright, there we go. We are now somewhat caught up on our stuff. Yeah. And we'll go to bed and we'll put everything away tomorrow. Alright. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, for our milk, we've made 6,250. And then Milk at 125. Take that times 50. There we go. Day 9. Day 9 of spring year 4. Get you this. Is that if you get into trouble? Okay. There we go. Hey, we did it. And then 2. Kind of glad I waited then, huh? Oh yeah. Hey, we're doing it. So I need one more fruit thing. But before I do that, so that I can move forward, I also need to upgrade the hoe, I believe. So that way I can get into the building. See? I knew that wasn't going to be the end of it. Oh hey! We can actually get this done in 2 rounds at the cheese press today. Oh, and we do have a geode crusher. I didn't know that. Perfect. We're making progress. Checking Discord too to make sure, like. Oh, I thought Mark went live. Let's go on, Lamau. Yeah, I'm live right now. Hello. Making sure we're unmuted. There we go. Okay. Because apparently today I have a penchant for not unmuting stuff, so. Well, look at that. So I needed wheat flour and sugar to make a pink cake, right? And then so we'll get two wheat flour and 2 sugar. Then we will make the 2 different cakes. Garlic. Oh, I don't have garlic. Yeah, the one. Hey, Rick, what are you doing? I mean, it's like I've got stuff I've got to do. So I'm sitting there going, okay. In the game, I know that I'm hoping tomorrow we'll go live a little earlier. Here we go. There we Gail likes either one of those. I'm not kidding. Plus, it actually goes towards the 10 recipe count. I heard the truffle noise. Which reminds me, I should see what other kinds of flour there are that we can make. Plus we gotta keep making headway on that too. Kind of upset at myself. Because we made headway down this way. But nowhere else. I do think that I'm gonna basically wrap up this day and then we'll pick it up again tomorrow. Just because, like, I kind of went in, did the podcast too, so if you want to get that uploaded tonight. And plus, I also wanted to give an update too for the Linux Mint Daily Driver Challenge, which I will do at some point in the near future. Where are the rest of the eggs? Okay, so I think that means we're done with these. And I think that's all. There we go. So for people saying I'm not streaming as much, there's actually a reason to be quitting this early. Like I said, I want to get all these on the same kind of pattern. Look at all that. Like, we're not going to have a lot of jam for a while, but look at that. We've got more jam than we... Don't worry about me. I know you've got a lot of responsibilities outside the house. I'm fine here by myself. Okay. But, like, look at that. You know. We'll put our oils in that chest then, too. I also needed to get to that last preserve jar too. So I think that's it for today. We'll probably pick this up tomorrow. I'm hoping. So. Or if Merg wants to do multiplayer, we'll do a multiplayer stream with Merg. I don't know. Depends on when and what he decides to stream tomorrow. so I can get everything uploaded for the podcast. And I know this has been uneventful, but we didn't get very far. I think we got like a day or two further, but I also have had a very busy day today. I'm actually going to go boot. I want to run a little bit of an experiment because there's two versions of Linux Mint. There is Linux Mint and Linux Mint Debian Edition. I want to see if there are any major differences between the two other than the repositories used or what's under the hood, more or less. So, with that being said, I'm going to end the stream and I'm going to get the podcast uploaded. So we will see you guys next time. Bye, everyone!